It's London Derby Day in jolly old England, but an hour train ride west in Swindon, we find ourselves with the regular season finale of the World Ninja League Premier Series. Hi again, everyone. Alex Cunningham alongside Billy Dixon. Billy, you are quite familiar with our course designers today, Dion Trigg and Millie Coward. Tell me the kind of course we're going to expect today.
Okay, so the kind of course we're going to be expecting today from both Dion and Millie, it's going to be a good course, definitely. They're definitely not ones to be disappointed with. Like, we've already seen earlier today with our kids and mature kids division, their courses for those divisions were absolutely amazing. Like, the right amount of difficulty, the right amount of time allotted, as well as just an overall fair game alongside everyone. And another thing to note is Dion and Millie's courses, they always require you to use many different parts of the body, depending on what techniques you want to use, just how the obstacles are just done regularly.
Well, we are going to be in the preteen division here in this afternoon's group. We see the preteens that have already qualified so far, and it is going to be a stacked field in Brooklyn 4 weeks from today. I mean, names jumping off of the screen. Obviously, our defending world champion, Charlie Ball, but Ian Marco Caban has shown up in a lot of these. Jai Whitby, I believe, is making the trip over from Australia. I'm not 100% sure. But a lot of strong athletes on the men's side. Alex Isconi torched that mode, of course. And on the women's side, our defending and two-time champion KK Andrews, along with the Barrett sisters, a stacked field on both sides of the coin.
Absolutely, a lot of strong names there running today. And hoping to join our preteen qualifiers are 7 hopefuls here in the UK. Looking over the list right now, we have 4 male competitors and 3 female competitors for the preteen division, hoping to all perform very well today.
Yeah, it's a smaller field, but that's okay. It's not the youth scene that we're used to seeing here in this. Well, actually, I take that back. Let's talk about the format first. For those of you new to the World Ninja League Premier Series, here's how it's going to work. 2 courses. Everyone's going to run both. The placement course is your more traditional style of ninja. Fall and you're done. It is going to be a fast and furious course. I believe the time limit was only about 50 seconds for the kids and mature kids. It's about a 5-6 obstacle course, and that will determine the run order for the challenge course. The challenge course is where we're going to determine the athletes that move on to the finals. And it's going to be a new format for these UK athletes. Obviously, we've had some challenge skills over in the States, but for the UK athletes, it's something they've never done before. 2 retries on the entire course. Can't use both retries on the same obstacle. And as a reminder, because we have 4 or less competitors in these divisions, they are going to need to clear at least 3 obstacles to secure their spot in Brooklyn.
Absolutely. Now, the placement course, as Alex said, it was a tough course realistically for the mature kids and kids divisions earlier today. I believe the time limit was 60 seconds for 7 obstacles, and the 7 obstacles weren't particularly that long either. So here we are. Here is our running order for the preteen male and females. It looks like that we are going to have a female run first, then a male, then a female, and then the remaining ones being male. It looks like.
Yeah, and like I mentioned in the open, this is, a newer ninja scene over in the UK. They've had ninja before, but it's generally been adult-centric. Like, you think about how ninja started off in the States, how it was largely, people who saw ninja on TV and were like, oh, maybe I could do that. I'm going to go to this gym, 12 hours away, because that's what we had. And then it built over time to get the youth scene that we have today. And we're starting to see that transition in a lot of other countries. Obviously, we saw a lot of youths in Australia. Now we're starting to get there in the UK and in Europe. And I think over the next couple of years, given the global expansion of the World Ninja League, we are going to see that youth scene grow out more and more over countries in Europe, as we see Mia Lomas is going to be our first competitor.
Absolutely. And off she goes. Dion Trigg, our course designer, and owner of True Function Ninja Training Ground, giving her
So the rope
first
slider's been
go-ahead.
replaced kind of with a bar there on a triangular strap setup. That's quite interesting. Athletes are really going to have to keep their center of balance.
Yes. Speaking of balance, the center of balance in the air as well on those ring swings. Now onto the swinging pipe, a returning obstacle for this placement course.
Kind of got some catch and release vibes here.
Swiftly landing that platform along to the floating board, another returning obstacle.
Yeah, these floating boards are no joke. Seeing them, this is more of a stage 3 obstacle, and seeing them in the placement course is really throwing a wrench for these competitors. As we can see Mia starting to get hung up, reaching back for that board. Good body awareness, but I don't know if she has the time to get out of there.
No,
and she's just
and also
time.
Unfortunate. And two things to note there. Firstly, the dismount for that obstacle is not a ring, but now a cannonball-looking apparatus, which will be interesting because obviously a different grip to what we're used to seeing. And also, do not forget that that was quite an efficient run. And I can't particularly recall if there was a time limit change or not, maybe 5-10 seconds cut off, or it was just a minute still. But overall, that was a really good run, and considering that time, it's going to take quite a bit of shuffling to get to the buzzer, that ultimate goal.
It will certainly be interesting to see if we're going to get a buzzer in this preteen division. This is one of the harder placement courses I feel like we've seen this season.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely up there, if not the most challenging. But next up, we have Kathleen Prestwich. Yeah, Prestwich. Another UK regular coming out of Wiltshire. The rope sliding out. Yes, the time is still a minute.
Onto the propeller swing, and this is a change of direction obstacle.
Oh no!
Just not able to reach out to that ring. As a reminder, folks, she will get to do the challenge course, although probably looking at a earlier run order, but, we've seen people scramble from early in the run order in the challenge course to perform very highly, and as we mentioned, the key for these athletes is going to be 3 obstacles to qualify for the finals.
Yes, absolutely. And coming up next, we have our final preteen female athlete in Helena Glowacka. Looking like one of our Polish representatives this time. Amazing to see this European competition have European representatives in all divisions. Helena swiftly going through. Skipping the propeller!
That's going to be the first one to skip. World Ninja League
Amazing
rules can't mandate that you
skill
use
and
a
courage.
specific element of an obstacle.
Here she is on swinging pipe with time to spare as well. 39 seconds currently.
Appears to be one of our taller competitors that definitely helped her out on the propeller swing. Let's see if it benefits her here on the floating boards. Maybe let's go that board a little bit too early, but returns that momentum. Reaches out for the cannonball. She's out of there. 2 obstacles to go.
It might be cutting close. 13 seconds on this balance obstacle. The balance pipe. 10 seconds remain.
Little wobbly.
It's going to be a
gets
close
out of there.
one.
Up to the warp wall.
Is next.
Can she get the
She
buzzer
moves.
in time?
1 more
I think
second
she
left
can.
and she makes
does.
it. Well done, Helena. What a quick finish as well. Absolutely amazing.
Helena, our first finisher in the preteen division, coming out of Poland. They have such a emerging ninja scene. Really has come out of nowhere in the last couple of years, and Helena showing up for the Poles. Great clear.
Absolutely. Not to mention, the biggest highlight of that run was most certainly the propeller skip. No one has done that yet today. I wonder if we'll have more to follow.
Well, we'll see how the boys do. They've definitely had the gauntlet laid out for them.
Absolutely. Starting out, our male preteens is Callan Livesley.
Looks like a hometowner here at True Function.
Yes, repping the gym logo on his apparel. Definitely one of the more efficient processes I've seen on the propeller ring swing. Now onto the swinging pipe with time to spare.
Now, the thing about this swinging pipe, you really need to keep that back and forth momentum as you go down that pipe. If you just try to speed it, you're going to lose a lot of momentum, and it's going to be really hard to. And Calvin actually gets that first board tangled, and that's quite interesting.
And what a
He is out
recovery
of there.
that is. Looking to be on the same pace as Helena here.
Yeah, definitely has the time, but needs to be careful on the balance pipe and went a little bit too fast.
Unfortunate. That was such a good run up to that point as well. But considering that was the penultimate obstacle, and if you get there, that can definitely set you up for a later position on the challenge course, which can be a help.
Certainly can.
Next up is a personal friend of mine, James Percy. He's very excited to be here, coming out of Oxford.
Tell us
First
a little bit about
competition,
James,
I think
Billy.
it is for this lad.
It looks like James is ready to go, and here he goes.
Off he goes. Yep.
Very quickly.
Not wasting any time, coming in hot.
He's also
Another skip of the propeller.
Yeah, after Helena unlocked that beta, I think we're going to be seeing that more and more.
Absolutely, especially with these taller athletes, not wasting any time at all. How confident is this guy?
Huge momentum. He's going to be able to dismount that swing pipe early.
You see how long his arms are, managing to wrap his entire arm around the board.
Height definitely helps on this placement course.
Absolutely. Along with that wingspan as well, as he grabs hold of that cannonball and swings down to safety.
About the same time as Calvin, but he is going to get through the balance pipe very quickly, and this is going to be a razor fast clear.
Up the 10-foot wall, and there he goes, perching at the edge of the 10-foot wall. What an amazing moment for this lad. His first competition and his first stage clear.
No kidding, first competition.
Yeah.
How about that? Well, what a way to start here in the Premier Series. And already showing a lot of promise is this young man.
You can tell how much it means to him. After that floating board obstacle, he punched the air in excitement, knowing that the end was near.
Well, 51 seconds will be the time to beat for these last two athletes. Bertie Pack will be our next. The vast majority of these athletes here today are competing in the World Ninja League for the first time, obviously experienced with the UK comp scene, but being on a world stage for the first time, and these kids are showing no signs of nerves.
Absolutely. It's definitely not the... It is quite a daunting task, but these kids, undefeatable, I must say. They break through it all. Oh!
Already missing that second ring, and now he's getting caught up. Might want to think about going back to the propeller if he can reach it.
Swinging side, that would be a good idea. Trying
Actually,
to
it might come back to
build
him
that
right here.
swing again.
Yeah, he's gone sideways, I'm afraid.
Hopefully he can manage to get himself out of this one. He's really trying here.
Oh, he was close
he's
there.
Reaching out to it, fingertips away.
Getting a little
Going
bit
in
of a circular swing.
motion now.
And that is going to be him undone, unfortunately. Really frustrating when you end up... little pirouette there.
Little flare for the cameras.
Yeah, really frustrating when that happens to you, when you just use up so much of your time limit on one obstacle, just getting unstuck.
I must say, mass amounts of respect to him, though. Being able to stay on a ring for that long, along with that pressure building up of trying to make it so much. It's definitely not... It's no easy feat, but he definitely has our respect.
Certainly true, and we will see what he has in the tank for the challenge course coming up in just a little bit. We'll get a little bit better opportunity to see what Birdie's all about, as Joe Clark is going to be our final athlete in the preteens for the placement course. Looks like he's going to go for the propeller.
Yes.
And he is out of there onto the swinging pipe.
Nice and efficient moving through these last few obstacles.
Great urgency out of Joe also, not wasting any time between obstacles.
Absolutely. He knows what he needs to do.
60 seconds. There is no time for rest. Getting a little caught up here on the floating boards, and I think he grabbed the wrong side of that second board. Great effort, though, by Joe. Definitely a promising run for his challenge course.
Absolutely. And with that comes the end of the stage. Here is your leaderboard. If you flip the leaderboard, then that is your run order for the challenge course.
Looks like we have the mature
that's
kids,
the kids male division, yeah. That'll be updated in due time, I am sure.
Yeah, we'll get that fixed in just a second. Reminder, the challenge course is going to be harder and longer, but they will have some retries available to them. And of course, the big key of the day, 3 obstacles. They need to beat 3 obstacles to qualify for the finals 4 weeks from now.
Absolutely. Now, over the course of the day, already we have seen only 1 full clear, I believe, from Yotam Porat in the Mature Kids division, our Israeli representative, making his name known. And along with that, we've seen many kids reach the final obstacle and final areas of this placement of the challenge course even. And very much so hoping to grow that number. Alex, what were some of the biggest highlights of the placement course overall?
Well, for me, I gotta say the biggest highlight was Helena's run. Coming out of Poland, our European, well, I mean, not that the UK isn't in Europe, but a mainland European athlete representing her country with such pride, narrowly beating the buzzer and unlocking some beta. This is the second best run overall, male or female, that we saw in this division. Tremendous stuff by Helena.
Absolutely. I'd also like to point out James Percy's run. Another one after seeing Helena's, trying to emulate Helena's style and just clear in general. And also due to the fact that so many of these kids, you can't forget that for most of them, especially in this division and the ones before it, so many of these kids' competitions, this is their first one. So those nerves definitely do get to you. And it is amazing to see that so many of them are able to just cope with the nerves, because that is a very hard thing to do for everyone, really. You can be the best ninja in the world, but still come down to nerves.
Yeah, I tell you what, if they were nervous, they didn't show it. These kids often have so much confidence, and it's so great to see them, really gain that confidence over the course of their ninja careers. Obviously, you mentioned a lot of these kids in their first competitions, but they know ninja. They've been training really hard, and this is such a wonderful opportunity to show their skills. But we will see them on the challenge course in just a bit. We do have some sponsors we want to thank, starting with NinjaWorks, the ultimate in ninja timing systems. They've been our longtime partner here at the World Ninja League, and we are so thankful to them for powering the Premier Series. For all your ninja timing needs, lights, buzzers, smoke, if you ask nicely enough, you can go to ninjaworks.com. And of course, DGS Ninja, the official obstacle supplier of the WNL Tier 1 Championships, and also the sponsor of our defending World Ninja League Tier 1 champion, Addie Herman, who will be at Premier Series Finals. DGSninja.com for all your ninja obstacle needs. Happy to have them on board for season number 6 of our partnership at the World Ninja League Championships. And now this word from Slapshocks.
Has this ever happened to you? Where's my truck bag? Ooh, I have a solution for that. Slapshocks! You take the chalk ball, put it in the mesh pocket, zip it up, slap, and get your truck. Slap trucks are made right here in Springdale, Arkansas at Interform, the small batch manufacturing company. We're helping our community and providing local jobs to minorities and women of diverse backgrounds. I'm Joseph Rao, Ninja Warrior, Rock Climber, and the CEO of Slapshocks.
Ocean Needs Everyone is celebrating 5 years of saving the oceans. My name's Enzo, and through Ocean Needs Everyone, I help save the ocean by doing beach cleanups, seal and mangrove plantings, making art about recycled plastic, and making films regarding the ocean's health. How can you help save the oceans at home? Well, even if you don't live near an ocean, trash can end up in there eventually, so cut down on your use of single-use plastics. If you see trash on the roads or beaches, make sure to pick it up. Use less gas-powered vehicles, fish responsibly, and help support local organizations. I started my organization when I was 12 years old because I wanted to make a difference. So remember, you're never too young to follow your dreams and make a change. Let's all save our oceans together, one piece of trash at a time.
Thank you very much, Enzo Di Ferrari Wilson, for that message. Now, do not leave after today. Tomorrow, do not forget that the rest of the divisions will be hosted at True Function Ninja Training Ground. We have the amateur division starting at 9:30 British time and 4:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Following that will be the teens division starting at 2 p.m. British Standard Time and 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And of course, we have our elite division with that starting at 5:30 p.m. British Standard Time and 12:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Billy, it looks like we are about ready for this challenge course. And this challenge course is going to be a lot of fun. We saw for most of these athletes what they're all about on the placement course, but for those athletes that came unstuck early on the placement course, this is their opportunity to shine.
Oh, yes, absolutely. We can see here, so we have Kathleen Prestwich being the first runner here. We can see that James Percy was our fastest clear, it looks like. And rightfully so, his run was absolutely outstanding. Here we are, starting with Kathleen, starting on the challenge course.
Reminder, 2 retries, can't use both retries on the same obstacle. We are getting underway with some steps.
Indeed we are. Here we go to the drop slider. It looks like the second ring that was here that the last 2 divisions has been, ooh, it's been removed, but that subsequently means that she needs to reach out to that ring a lot more. And the preteens even, with their wingspans genetically just being longer, it can play to them, but it can also be a hindrance because they have an extra drop to worry about.
Well, we are in the danger zone here for Kathleen. She does need to beat this obstacle as she just missed the dismount. Clock does pause during the reset. And this time she knows to get out of there immediately and onto the rip traverse. Getting a little tangled here.
As we saw in the earlier divisions, the athletes have the tendency to use their feet for safety purely because they don't want to be risking any chances of falling onto the ground. The downside to that, though, is that it may be hard to build up momentum from that. So using the former ropes is definitely what is the meta, essentially.
And this rope is pretty far away, actually. She's really going to need to build up a bigger swing.
Looks like it might have been adjusted from the kids and mature kids divisions.
Got the right idea now. Nice and low here. Building up a swing onto that third rope. Come on, hold on, Kathleen.
Can she hang on?
Looks like she's got
Using that feet to lock in. Wants to build up a bit more momentum. She
Oh
seems
no,
to be in no
she's
man's
got to
land
go
at the
reach back
moment.
to the rope again. Didn't get enough pull. Oh, this is tough to watch, Billy.
Isn't it just, lad? She's wanting to keep going, but will her strength let her?
She does have a really good foot clamp, at least, taking some pressure
Oh,
off of her
absolute-
arms
ah.
and just slipped off. Using up quite a bit of time there and energy. Gonna have to do it again. The good news is she knows what she needs to do this time.
Dion and Jeffrey Trigg wanting to make sure everything is all nice and still.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, second attempt. Grabbing pretty high on this rope and didn't get the pull back. Does get the foot clamp. She'll have to reach back for this first rope. It's right there. There you go.
Wanting to carry a multitude of small momentum packets. Oop, now she's hanging on with only her hands. This can be a...
Looking for a J hook. Okay, then.
Oh, I see you. Nice technique coming through.
I don't know that she has a great clamp, though. She is fiddling with her feet, and unfortunately, Kathleen's going to go out on the ropes. Tough break for her. Definitely a learning opportunity there for her, though.
Oh, absolutely. And also, I massively respect the effort.
Yes.
It definitely takes a lot of strength to hang on to a rope twice for that long. And also to come back after that drop slider hindrance. What a time.
A tough break there, unfortunately, for Kathleen. Definitely a opportunity for her to learn. As we move on to Mia Lomas. Mia made it deep into the placement course, if I'm not mistaken, came undone on the floating boards. Quite a difficult obstacle as she makes her way through those steps.
No use of hands there on those final two steps either.
Very quickly through.
There's the drop. That's the safety.
Has to remember to use that starting platform.
A rocketing start, carrying a lot
There
of
you
momentum
go.
before she even gets onto the rope.
That is exactly how you want to do this obstacle. You want to build up a big swing as early as you can so you don't get stuck. She beats 3 obstacles, guaranteed top 2 and a spot in Brooklyn, but more to be done.
Here comes the jump. See it. Look at her hit. Oh my!
Yeah,
Bit
this
uncoordinated, bit uncoordinated there on that swing, but she has a retry available. Hopefully, she's able to redeem herself.
Yeah, this flywheel element, if you haven't trained it, can really send you in directions you don't expect to go.
Building up a lot of momentum with the big swing.
Unable to reach the trapeze on the second attempt. Gonna come undone on Lachey Lane. But Mia Lomas guarantees a top 2 as well as a spot in Brooklyn because she beat 3 obstacles.
Also important to note that after that wheel, you grab a trapeze that looks to be further away than last time and replacing a ring hold, which is interesting for our athletes today in the preteen division. Next up, we have Helena Glowacka, definitely our dark horse in this division and in this competition as a whole so far. Let's see if she can deliver on our challenge course.
Jersey's giving me some Steel City vibes.
Oh, yes.
All right, let's see what she's got on the drop slider. 3 important tasks for Helena. Step 1, beat 3 obstacles. Step 2, beat the 4th to get first place. And step 3, get that buzzer.
Absolutely. She's on a mission, is Helena.
Yeah, and she's going hand over hand here, not even employing the feet here on the rope swing.
A large sense of trust.
Hold on.
Ooh.
Might have spoken too soon. There you go. It'll come down to
Lachey
time if
Lane.
she's unable to beat Lachey Lane. But if she does beat it, becoming the first in this division, then she will be guaranteed first place.
Takes a deep breath before the jump.
Yeah, this is a very long lache. Let's see if Helena's got it. She has the swing, just needs to get the kick off and gets the catch.
Amazing display. Also looks like the landing mat has been placed a bit further. This may also be a hindrance, but not
There
for
you
Helena.
go. Helena into first place as she moves on to the shuriken flip. This is the halfway point of the course.
Taking a more calculated approach before she absolutely crushes the obstacle onto the globe grasper. Oh, small language barrier it looks like.
Got a little too excited,
No worries, it happens.
especially in these gym competitions. Obviously for, the world championships and obstacle courses where you just have the course and it's in a straight line. It's a little easier to know where to go in these gym competitions. It can get a little bit tricky.
Yeah, especially in this section of True Function. Sometimes it can be like navigating a maze, depending on what the competition course is.
Well, Helena gets through the globe grasper. Now she's onto the pole grasper.
In theory, there should be no problem for her. She is very tall, and with that comes a massive wingspan. And hopefully her flexibility will also help her in this final gap.
Yeah, looking calm, relaxed, controlled.
Amazing stuff.
Trying to find that dismount platform, which she does.
Amazing.
2 obstacles to... Did she... Yes, she did get it.
Yeah, she's fine.
On a hanging alley. You are allowed to top these holds. Definitely the smarter approach.
Oh,
Gets
one
the
thing
finish.
I just noticed. It looks like that mistake going to the pole grasper counted as a retry.
Oh, that's interesting.
So that means there is 1 retry left. Either way, because it is the final obstacle.
Well, let's
Only
see how she
one
tackles
athlete
the
has
double
beaten
spinner.
this obstacle so far. Our Israeli representative in Yotam Porat in the mature kids division. Will Helena be able to join him in the elite group of finishers?
Yeah, I think this is
today?
the right idea. Grabbing wide. We saw something similar to this at Life Force where the wide grab
She has her
prevents it
retry.
from spinning around it. So let's see how Helena is able to do on her second attempt. Clock rolling, 20 seconds left.
They want to feel a bit more urgent. This obstacle can take a wee bit of time.
Oh, hang on. Going for the static approach. I don't know if she can get out of there in time.
Will she be able to lâcher onto the platform?
Not able to get out of
heartbreaking.
there.
So close.
We will have to get that time adjusted. I don't think she took 990 minutes. That'd be a new record for the longest ninja run by a long shot. In any event, Helena getting all the way to the last obstacle. An impressive run that will see the pole on top of the podium.
Amazing stuff. Even with that small mishap on the pole grasper, absolutely amazing display of skill, technique, and determination, along with being just cool, calm, and collected throughout the entire run.
Very true. She definitely had that veteran presence. I'm not sure about her competition experience in her home country of Poland, but if she was a longtime competitor of this sport, that would not surprise me at all. She definitely, like I said, showed that veteran presence.
Absolutely. Both Helena and a lot of other amazing, amazing athletes, especially in our kids divisions and mature kids divisions, they have a bright future. Absolutely. They
Certainly true.
Just getting a small start here can just rocket start amazing potential throughout their entire lives of ninja, like no matter how many competitions you may attend, your training will develop throughout knowing what a competition is like, and hopefully, well, who knows what could come after that, which is just the beauty of ninja.
Well, as we move on to the preteen male division, 4 athletes once again in this division. Again, the key, beating 3 obstacles. Birdie Pack will be our first athlete. He came out on the 3rd obstacle, ended up using his entire time limit trying to traverse the rings. We will see if he's able to beat 3 obstacles here on the challenge course. As he moves quickly through quintuple steps.
Oops. That was a
Okay,
very... Oh, what?
Why did he... just a mental mistake. Gonna have to go back up there. Being told to wait for the clock to restart. Now he can begin again.
Here goes Bertie on the drop slider.
And needs to
the
get
drop.
out of there in one attempt, which he does. There we go.
Absolutely amazing coming. Small mistake, but absolutely making up for it now with his urgency on the rope traverse.
Hoping to learn from some of our other competitors'
Ooh, nice
mistakes.
technique there. Wanting to
exactly.
pull out the rope almost so he can get a better swing. Whilst his feet are still locked in, still holding onto that former rope to build up that momentum that he will need to safely dismount onto the tire.
So he's through 3 obstacles, gets his spot in Brooklyn, and now let's see if he can get the Lachey lane. Only 1 athlete in the female division was able to get this. He's got a great kick.
Looking amazing. Hips high in every sense of the word. Oh, dear.
Yeah, I think these competitors are just trying to go up here on this flywheel. You really want to get more out because of the long distance.
Absolutely. A balance between height and speed is absolutely necessary. Wanting to get
They
that...
got to find that perfect arc.
Absolutely. Wanting to get that vector of good technique and good swing. Here goes Bertie for the Lachey.
And he comes up short again. Nevertheless, getting his 3 obstacles, improving from his placement course run, and thankfully overcoming that mental mistake on the drop slider to get his 3 obstacles and qualify for the Premier Series Finals.
Well done, Bertie. Next up on our course is Joe Clark.
Joe started out hot on that placement course, then just got tangled up on the floating boards. We will see how he's able to get some revenge here.
Yes, I'm very excited. I'm very excited to see, because the placement course on its own, it doesn't particularly show everyone's potential because of such easy obstacles. We really get to see what these ninjas are made of on the challenge course. And that is what Joe is wanting to deliver, his full potential as he starts out on the quintuple steps. Nice
Easily
through to Joe.
Oh, the drop slider kind of giving me 2017 World Championship vibes with that dropping ring track.
Yes.
Back
Ooh, small foot
Apex.
tap, but Joe is still
Incidental contact, he's
barely
good.
teetering above the ground, wanting to possibly get more height from these ropes.
Yeah, really needs. I think he needs to either lock in the legs. Yeah, he tried
First
to
retry
do
is
it
going to
without
be used
feet.
here.
Tried to do it without feet. Unfortunately, he is going to have to take a second attempt.
I do respect the level of trust he has in his arms, though. It does take a ninja a long time to master the art of swinging with no legs on a rope.
Going the same strategy.
Oh,
And he slips
dear.
a second time.
How
He went
unfortunate.
aggressive, and it did not pay off. And that's going to be the end of Joe Clark here on the challenge course. Tough break.
Sad times. Nevertheless, he has definitely shown to us all that he will not be done. He's never outdone. He will always come back fighting. Next up is Callum Livesey. Or Calvin Livesey, sorry.
There you go. Calvin beat the floating boards, went a little bit too fast on the balance pipes. Thankfully, this is a little bit more of an upper body intensive course. Let's see if that's more in Calvin's wheelhouse. Quickly out of the gate on the quintuple steps.
Amazing sense of urgency coming out of Calvin today on the challenge course as he reaches out for that drop slider. Down the drop. Oh!
There you go.
That was a bit of a... That was a fast dismount.
Yeah, almost overshot it.
Yes, did pay off for him in the end, but a bit of a scare for us viewers as he's swinging through the rope traverse, now onto the Lachey lane.
Great urgency. He's currently in first place. Guaranteed top 2 as there's only one more athlete to go.
Amazing jump out of that. Building
Got
up
a
his
great swing. Let's see if he can get a good release. Oh, wow, look at this
Going
swing.
very high.
Yeah, could almost have done a backflip on that.
I would have liked to see that, honestly. But nevertheless, Calvin is swinging towards the descent platform, and now he's on the shuriken flip. Eyeing up the platforms.
Doing the slow and steady approach. He's through.
Nice
Blue
and
grasper up
calculated.
next. Making his way through these Monstro peg receivers. Those of you that watched Gauntlet last year recognize this obstacle basically in that configuration, actually. There we go. Maybe maybe late afternoon for you, Billy. It's early afternoon for me. I'm still warming up.
Yeah, over here in the UK, I'm commentating, and these athletes are running at 5:20 in the afternoon. A bit of an overcast, but you know, small little British trait of talking about the weather at any given time. As Calvin Livesley makes his way through the hanging alley, now onto the
He's
final
outta there.
obstacle.
With 2 minutes left, by the way, he's been torching this course.
Hasn't had to use any of his retries yet. He has an even grab on the double spinner.
Looks like we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. Hopefully we can
Yep,
change
and he's
cameras.
made it.
Oh, he caught it!
He's wanting to. He has an even grab. Can he Lachey to the end? He can!
Calvin Livesey, a perfect run, overcoming that fall on the placement course, going 9 for 9 here on the challenge course, and getting our second buzzer of the day here in the UK.
Absolutely superb. You know those what I was saying earlier about how the placement course doesn't really show their full potential and can sometimes hinder them. Calvin, absolutely proving my point. The challenge course, it was nothing to him. Absolutely amazing. And these obstacles definitely aren't easy.
Not at all.
Absolutely, but you can see how much it meant to him. He may have been I don't know if he was a bit tired after that or anything, but I like to think he was definitely fine. Now, with that comes our final runner of the day, hoping to also impress here on our challenge course. It is James Percy, our top finisher, and only male clear for the preteen male division.
Definitely showed a lot of speed. If anyone can chase down Calvin, it's him.
Absolutely. Nice sense of urgency, not using any hands on the quintuple steps. Here he goes. One arm swing onto the drop slider. Nice dismount there, pulling back the rope. Ooh.
See that sense of urgency. Wow, this is the most momentum we've seen by far.
Absolutely. Crazy maneuvers over this. Ooh, using those long legs to his advantage as he makes his way onto the Lachey lane.
Reeling it in with the tiptoes. Let's see what he's got on this jump.
Absolutely
There it is.
amazing. Looking like he's emulating Calvin's pace here. About the same time. Testing out the stability of Shuriken Flip now. Lands it to safety onto the Globe Grasper.
It went for the slow and steady approach. Quite understandable. You don't want to come undone there. Use up one of your
James here
valuable retries.
skipping a bunch of the holds. Skipping 2 holds. I don't think we've seen that today. Amazing stuff out of James onto the pole grasper. Being led by Dion Trigg, the owner of True Function Ninja Training Ground, and also A veteran only using his hands.
Whoa!
On the
Grabbing
pole
real
grasper.
low, essentially turning them into nunchucks.
A masterclass. Now he's on the actual nunchucks on the hanging alley, and he skips
Skipping
the
that
final one.
last
This
hold.
guy is
He
insane.
is well ahead of Calvin's time. Makes
he
the lachey, needs to
goes.
get out of there.
The final lachey.
He does, and in
James
less than
Percy.
half his time limit, James Percy obliterates this course.
I'm speechless. I'm genuinely speechless. James Percy, a regular at True Function, coming out, all guns blazing. Wow. That is most certainly a way we can end our... what a way to end our preteen division today. You can see him here, just not phased by any pressure at all. And this pole grasper technique, absolutely incredible.
He had the time to do this course a second time, and honestly, it looked like he had the energy. Just so casual through this course, great sense of urgency throughout. So impressive is James Percy, and I certainly hope that he's going to make the trip over to Brooklyn that he has earned by winning Premier Series here at the UK.
Absolutely. He most certainly deserves that trip out to Brooklyn. Do remember that this is his first competition, and he came out with that performance. How immaculate out of James Percy, and how immaculate all the performances have been from our contenders today here at True Function Ninja Training Ground in Swindon. Now, besides the clears, Now, what were some of the highlights of this challenge course?
Well, if we're going to say besides the clears, I think the main one is Helena's run, getting all the way to the last obstacle. Really uncharted territory, as no athlete before her was able to beat even the fourth obstacle. She ended up beating 8 and representing her country with pride as we take one more look at her run.
Absolutely amazing here. Coming out of Poland, I was going to say coming out of nowhere, but coming out of Poland with a ninja community growing ever so quickly, with an amazing sense. Unlucky finish though on the spinning wheels, but you know, it happens, and regardless, it was an amazing performance. Now, what's next? You may be wondering. Alex,
Well,
may you tell the viewers what is next?
Yeah, we got to look at Calvin's run, right? Because, I mean, we obviously were blown away by James's run, but we should take nothing away from Calvin Livesy's run. A tremendous clear in about, I think, 2:15 was the time on that. And he didn't fail a single obstacle on this course after coming out on the balance in the placement course. Tremendous stuff.
Absolutely. Well done to... Wow, I'm still astonished. Well done to Calvin. Well done to all of the preteens. Well done to all of the mature kids and kids division competitors today. You all have been absolutely amazing. Now, for this weekend, it isn't over yet. Alex, would you like to explain some of our elite contenders ready for this weekend?
Certainly can. Well, there's 2 names that jump off the page in our elite male division. We're going to take a look at the first one now. Viktor Mikhailov, a world traveler if there ever was one. He's competed in Russia, England, and Germany on their television programs, and we can see he's got speed and strength in bunches. Dion's going to have to come up with a really tough course to take down the Ninja Sculptor.
Absolutely. Like, Victor's sense, I was thinking, like, first off, his balance is absolutely incredible. It must be mentioned. But obviously, language barriers can be quite a difficult thing. But next up, coming out of England, Hollis Lansford, one of my personal friends throughout my life as a Ninja Warrior. And you can see here, his technique, absolutely astonishing. His sense of urgency, next to none. His overall just swagger and the way he takes to the course, in any course, absolutely unrivaled. His home rig, thank you, Hollis, because there has been like no one who has built a home rig in the UK, and here they both are. You can, like these stats, they speak for themselves. Realistically, 100% for both of them in foot dexterity, climbing, campusing, and moving with obstacles. That's unrivaled. These two are legends. Like the word legend is used a lot and overused, but I don't think it's overused when it comes to ninja. And these two ninjas are definitely worthy of the title.
Hollis competed at the World Ninja League Championship back in June, went out on the throwback in stage 1, the last obstacle, but did advance to stage 2 in the strongest ninja division. He is definitely an athlete to watch out for, not only here in the UK, but on a world stage as well.
Absolutely.
Well,
But
that is going to wrap up the streams for today. Obviously, a little early ending here in the States, but we do have an action-packed Sunday ahead for you guys, amateurs, and I believe, Bill, you'll be competing in that division, are you not?
yes, I will. I will be competing in the amateur division along with our poster boy Jack Andrews over here on your screens at 9:30 British Standard Time and 4:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Following that will be the teens division, led at 2 p.m. British Standard Time and 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and with our aforementioned Victor Mikhailov and Hollis Lansford. They will be competing in the Elite Division, which will be held at 5:30 British Standard Time and 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You will definitely not want to miss any of these divisions.
Well, Billy, best luck to you tomorrow, and thanks for hopping in the booth with us today.
Thank you very much. I hope to perform very well, and I will definitely. I'm very excited what comes next in terms of commentary. I really hope to do this again. It's been an absolute blast.
Oh, we'd love to have you. For Billy Dixon, I'm Alex Cunningham. Thank you for tuning in to Premier Series Saturday. The final day of the regular season is tomorrow. Be sure to tune in at 4:30 here in the States, 9:30 in the UK. We'll see you then.